Hi, Andrew here. Okay, I've had to make this video because I've lost the other videos that I made. This is basically the tabletop behind me that I've made well, it's actually a computer desk that I'm making, and I want to make it out of pellets. But this is the underside of the structure, which I'll show you. And it's well, yeah, I've pretty much almost finished doing this. I'll get the video out a little bit so you can perhaps see a little bit better. So, as you can see, I've got these pieces in here, which are, well, for two reasons. Obviously the end ones are to hold these pieces together firstly, and then just sort of tap these pieces into place. And the reason I did that was a couple of reasons. Initially I just had, I think this one and this one, just to support the timber of the pallets. But then I put in this one and the one here, because I found that the length of the timber, wasn't long enough a lot of the time to reach between those spans, so I put those in. But it's good. So anyway, I'll turn this around. This is quite a large top. It's 2.4 meters. And all right. So I might get the camera off the stand here, so we can go in a bit closer. Alright. So I'll stand that around so I can see. Alright, so now I've been very loose with the joining. As you can see, I've deliberately, this is all cut by hand, and I also, a lot of the time I didn't really measure things very easily. I just did it by eye, like, close enough's good enough, because I thought that added to the character of the timber. Like, I even used defective pieces, which some people would call defective, but I think that adds to the charm. This piece here is just a natural knot that's fallen out. I don't know where that is actually. It's probably in the backyard somewhere. But anyway, I thought that would be good for maybe putting some cables through, from like the monitors or other bits and pieces. Okay, so basically what I've done though is I've just glued the timber. I'll look at it from this side. I might have to put the macro thing on perhaps. No, I'm not sure that's going to help or not. Well, yeah, first thing is, well, let's look at these. So here is the the countersunk holes, then with the plugs that are then smoothed off. Okay, and here's the first, I think it's the very first pallet I laid actually, and all I did was actually glue the underside, like glue across the frame, and then just nail it down and put the nails, obviously, so if I try to follow that around, you can see that the nails then go into these pieces here. So, and as you probably see, there's all sorts of glue. I've just left. I don't care. But as I said, yeah. So I've left gaps, all cut by hand. Took a long time, but as I said, it's part of the process of enjoying just working with the timber. And I think that also the problem is everyone always tries to get things so perfect all the time. And look, I do appreciate how much skill goes into getting things perfect all the time. But if you make something, try to make it absolutely accurate all the time, it'll, let's turn it around. I think it'll, it ruins the, well, a couple of things. I think it's very, humans always try to make everything so perfect, but in nature nothing's really like that. But if you try and make something 100% accurate all the time and you're just slightly off even by 1%, people notice that. They notice the defect, whereas the pallet timber itself, in ways, some people say is very defective, and they'll try to machine it and get it all perfect. But you just work with it. That's just how it is. And then just work with it when you cut like that or make your measurements. I just do everything by eye, thereabouts. Made lots of mistakes, and then, in fact, there's one or two pieces along here where buggered it up massively, and I just trying to find. Oh, there's one of them. Hang on, I'll show you. So Unfortunately, my video camera died again, so I've lost all the video for this, but there's the rails, how it all goes together. If you look at a later video than this one, I think it's maybe number 7, I can't remember, in the series, I show how to make the podiums that this thing sits on, and I use miter clamps, and I did pretty much the same thing with this desktop. So I just use glue and screws and clamps to make it nice and square, and then I just obviously fix the pellets on top.